The cat is definitely out of the bag. I have people reaching out to me every day, sometimes multiple times a day. It's insane. Hey there, welcome to my Epique Journey. This is Brandon DeVere. Thank you, as always, for tuning in and sharing your time with me. I do appreciate that. Here we are on the journey from 600 to 0, back to 600 plus, and another awesome day. First, I want to start off. So it's Friday. Man, the last few days have been busy. I mean, people are reaching out. Like it's been pretty insane. So the cat's out of the bag. Like people are reaching out. I had calls from noon. I had a meeting this morning, then calls from noon to 5. But one thing I want to talk about first is I don't know if I mentioned on here before, but it's funny how things that you listen to or hear and they come back around every now and again. And there's Jocko. I think I did talk about this about my son, about good. But I was just thinking about this today, which was kind of cool, right? So my son, if you've been following this for any amount of time, you know that my son was having trouble going to school. We had to pull him from a school and put him back into like a hybrid where he goes for 3 hours a week, 1 day a week. And I was talking to my buddy on the way today to my first meeting because I brought my son with me. He knew the people that were there, so I brought him with me, the coffee shop and everything. But he talking to my friend, he's talking about his daughter's going to go into school. She's going to first grade next year. What school are they going to choose? What are they going to do? Is it public school? Is it private? Is it, they have this one school where it's one teacher to four students. And we just started talking about like how kids learn these days. It's not the same. Everybody has, I talked about learning or teaching disabilities versus learning disabilities before. But yeah, we just started talking about that kind of stuff. And I was thinking back today. So part of my son's school is what's kind of cool when you think about it is like how much involvement do you have with your kid's school? And I'm not not judging anybody or anything like that, but how often are you like in like help, or is it just, hey, is your homework done? I was more of like, hey, is your homework done? Like, let me know if you got your stuff done. If not, I won't be on you until there's a reason to be on you. Prove to me that you can be, not have to have me, on you every 5 minutes. So, as we're going in today, so he has to do PE. So his PE can't be done. They're not going to waste one of the 3 hours on PE, right? So PE is up to us. I have to sign off on it, say that he did PE. Well, typically we have football practice, so he does football a couple times a week, good for or a couple times a week, and then he has a game. So 3 days a week, he's out doing something. He loves to play catch on the trampoline, so we'll count that. So we did 10 minutes the last 3 nights. So he got 30 minutes of his required time. But like today, going back to Jocko, like he wanted to go to, there's a football park he likes to go to. They just got new turf put in, really wanted to see it. So I ended up taking him and going to the meeting. I said, yeah, we'll go after that. So we go out there, and as I'm sitting out there, like midday, it's so probably there at about 10:15. We were there from 10:15, or from probably about 10 to 11, right around there. They're setting up for a soccer tournament and everything. The guys were really nice, setting up around us. They waited till we were done to finish and everything. But I was thinking about Jocko and good, like good. My kid doesn't go to regular school or wouldn't go to regular school. Good. Now I get to play with him at 11 o'clock or 10 o'clock on a Friday morning. Get to go out and run routes and kick field goals. Like, it's pretty awesome when you think about it. Like it could be, oh, it's a bummer, like I had to cancel a meeting or something like that. But now I have an excuse to go play catch with my son. There's going to be some time in his life where he's not going to want to go play catch with me, right? And I can do this in the middle of the day. It's not just reserved just to the weekends. So I just thought about that today, and I just shared it with him. Actually, I took the Jocko video and brought it down to him. I was like, hey, you remember this? And we talked about it. But that was kind of a fun thing for me today that I just wanted to share when you're thinking about good, because it can be difficult to find good in situations where you think that stuff is struggling. But back to like how busy it's been. I'm serious. If you were just learning about Epique, or you've been learning about it for a while and on the fence, I would seriously take a quick look. I mean, 2 months ago we were looking for space here for a national convention for 200 people. Now we're looking for 650. That's going to be in 2 months. So 2 months later, we're looking at 650, and probably could have more than that by the time the convention happens. But we're just scheduling for 650 people. I mean, yesterday I had 2 calls. One has already given the verbal commitment. Had a couple other people join within the last couple days, like 3 or 4 more that are onboarding or that are in the process of filling out their application. And then today was just nonstop from noon until almost 5 o'clock. I was on a call with an agent that is part of a like 90-person team, just massive producers. They are like, so this is, I guess the reason I'm bringing this up is that, and I know a lot of other people I can't say because they're on LOIs and things like that, but there are big time producers that are making this move. They're coming over to Epique. They're like seeing the value, and it is like it's not just people trying to capitalize on something. There are people that are seeing the model and going, this is what needs to happen. So and from all walks of life, right? So one is a team of 90 plus agents. They do almost 200 million in volume and over 400 transactions. Massive. Like that is someone who we've caught the eye of, and they're interested in. And I had a conversation with someone for an hour 45, almost 2 hours today. We're going to pick that conversation up again tomorrow to see where what the next steps are and see how we can move it forward. I think it would be an amazing move for them. It would be an amazing move for me. It would be awesome. And this all comes from collaboration that goes across the country, and then it goes across the country. It comes back. It goes everywhere, and it's massive to be able to do those kind of things. So I went from that call almost immediately to another call, which is just a solo agent just trying to do more deals. There's zero interest about rev share. There's like, we didn't even talk about rev share. It was the benefits that we offered. They're looking to get more leads and to have more help and to have somebody available. And that one happened to be local, so it works out well. So we'll reconnect on that and see where we go from there. Then the final one that I had, I'm jumping on a call for someone in Texas, and this goes back to not having your upline available to you. So it was my first level that I sponsored somebody in Texas. They have 2 agents under them, so third level. So I'm helping the third level talk to an agent to bring them on for my 4th level. And this agent has been in the business for 26 years, with the same company for 18 years. And now she's like, I need to make a change. And so this is where I think and I actually made this comment on the call because she was asking about rev share. Like, what does that mean? What does a sponsor do and all that stuff? And technically a sponsor is essentially responsible for you putting their name as a sponsor, right? I feel in myself, I know it's not a duty. You don't have to do all these things, but I feel like, so I just jumped on a call for my level 1, 2, and 3 to help build the team. There's also, I mean, I used to have the company I was with before. I had somebody there that would put your name and what level you were to them. And they told you this. I put your name, what level are you? So if you call, I know if I need to answer it or not. And just so you know, they never answered my call. So, or maybe one time they did. But the point being is that, like, even if you're not getting paid on level 6 and 7 or 8, right, especially right now, like, to be that small-minded to not help those levels, it is for the overall sake of the growth of the company, especially for how small we are, right? But also, the other thing is, like, the 6, 7, and 8s, those ones are anchoring in your 3rd, 4th, and 5th, right? Because that person, so like right now, my 4th level is some people I'm trying to get on is someone else's 7th level that can be helping me, right? And that's going to help not only the company, but help anchor me in and stay. Like, hey, why would I leave if I have support like this? So. But anyways, that's just kind of going back to, the support from your upline, whether I don't know what other people do. I know some people offer all kinds of stuff. I don't know, I know some people disappear. There's no standard. Just the way I like to do it is I like to be available for those people. And if they need help, even if it falls outside of my like pay level. So in Epique, it's 5 levels. If it falls outside of that, then, then you still want to help them. It's still building the company, which you get stock in, and um, also helps anchor the people that you've brought in and you helped other people bring in. So, anyways, that was the last call I was on, and she's basically ready to go, and so that's going to be another addition. I mean, next week I think is going to be pretty big for agents that come on. Very excited to talk more tomorrow about to the agent with the 90 plus agents. I mean, that's pretty cool. That like that could be massive, especially for the city that it's in. They could take off pretty quick. So that's where it's at. Just kind of giving you an update. This isn't, I guess it's sort of a weekly recap, but we're still getting going. And it's funny. You just put your head down and go. And this time around, and I want to give this to the people that are starting to recruit now, Agent Attract, and things that where things can be difficult sometimes, and this is why I want to share these things, because it can go in spurts, just like home sales, right? Like there can be a time. Oh, sorry, and there's another one that I'm bringing that I'm in discussions with, that is actually a coaching group that has a massive following, so that could be big as well. But what I wanted to say is that when you treat it differently, I'll say this: if you're just getting started. And what I did at EXP, and I did it wrong, I sat there and I was worried about every conversation I had. Every conversation was, will this person join with us? Will this person join with us? And I put that massive pressure on. And I hear people like John Cheplack, he's like, what does he say? Be obsessed. Oh, what is it? It's not with the outcome, but be obsessed with just putting in the work, with the process. That's what it is. Be obsessed with the process, not with the outcome. Because I can't necessarily change the outcome of what someone is going to want to do, right? I can give them all the information. I can give them all that. If they choose not to, maybe it is me. Maybe it's not. Maybe they decided not. It wasn't going to work for them. But I can't get upset. I used to get upset and be like, well, why wouldn't they do that? Oh my God, they're so stupid. How do they not get it? This is dumb. For me, I'm not that I'm like, oh, who cares? But I go in and I say, hey, this is what we have. This is why I think that it would be good for you, or maybe not. I've told people, I've been on a call and said, this isn't good for you. This isn't going to work for you. What you want is not here. So the number one thing I would say, again, whatever you decide to do. For me right now, the non-negotiable for me is to put out a video a day, right? So I put out this video. I don't know. I can't control how many people. I mean, I could if I want to run ads and stuff like that, but organically right now, I can't control how long somebody watches it. Obviously, if you make better videos, you can, but also there's some things out of your control. Somebody might be, waiting for their partner to get ready to go to happy hour on a Friday night, and they watch, 2 minutes of it, and then they're like, oh, I'm ready. And you walk out and they're done watching it. Right. What I can control is whether or not I put the video out and what content. Not all of it's going to be home runs either. Some of it is going to be, I thought I was coming in with some fire, and that's the reality of why I wanted to share this in this style, is that just like you watch an NBA game, you watch Steph Curry was it 2 months ago, the first in 600 games or something crazy where he didn't hit at least a 3-pointer. That's insane. That night he just didn't have it. Sometimes you don't have it, but to keep the transparency and to keep the realness of this whole journey is I have to bring that stuff. And right now, things are riding high, and I feel really good about everything that's going on. There could be a point next week or in 2 weeks where something crazy goes on again, and I get super bummed out, but you just got to control that. But anyways, cat's out of the bag, man. People are starting to look and starting to hear, and the same thing happened when I was at EXP, when we were at, I think, 12,000 agents. There were a lot of the big brokerages that were out for a long time, and they said, they started talking about how EXP wasn't going to work. And people are nervous when these big brokerages are talking about, we just hit 1,000 yesterday. Just hit 1,000 agents. We have people with 60, 70, 80,000 agents talking about us. Something's going on. So again, cat's out of the bag. Check it out. If you're on the fence and you've just been watching some videos, I highly recommend to reach out to somebody. reach out to me, reach out to, someone and get the scoop, man. See what's happening. But anyways, head of the weekend. I will possibly see you tomorrow. I have my end of the season football party, so we'll see if that happens. All right, guys, I will see you on the next one. Have a great one.